Romae nuntius canalis, cum et Shadhirus et Angelinus.
Hello and welcome to Romae Nuntius Canalis. Today on the Senate floor, the consul Marcus Tullius Cicero delivered a very fiery and impassioned speech, the topic of which was his life.
He asserted that L. Sigurius Catilina, the loser of the most recent election for consul, has planned an attack on his life. Cicero, the well-known orator, seen here in this picture taken earlier today, said this of his new foe: Ad mortem te, Catilina, duci iusu consulis iam pridem oportebat, in te confere postem istam quam tu in nos machinaris.
Cicero, the common-born 43-year-old consul, has not shied away from controversial topics or the spotlight in the past. The immensely talented orator has been one of the most well-known and popular political figures in Rome since his meteoric rise to power just a few years ago.
Catiline, however, has led a vastly different life. Born to a noble family, he has led a life of debauchery and reckless extravagance. Despite that, he ascended to power just 5 years ago as praetor and then became praetor of Africa. However, he lost the election for consul last year to Cicero and C. Antonius Hybrida, which was his most coveted position.
Cicero stated that Catiline has been planning an attack on his life for some time after his loss in the consulship election. He did not elaborate on the specifics on the alleged assassination, but throughout his speech, he operated on the assumption that it was true. A majority of the speech was in the form of rhetorical questions, implying the strength that Cicero assumed over Catiline, quickly setting the mood for the rest of the speech.
Good analysis.
Thank you. Cicero started off his speech in his usual fashion, taking swings at Catiline with each sentence. It was clear that his goal was to reveal Catiline's alleged plan, and as he said a few minutes into his oration, to get the death penalty for Catiline and his co-conspirators. He attacked both Catiline's personal record and his plans. His condescending and powerful tone were clear from the beginning when he said, Quo usque tandem babutere, Catilina, patientia nostra, quam diu etiam furor ister tuus eludet.
Later on, he mentioned that he wanted Cicero to leave the city and join a rebellion that he stated was brewing outside of the city in favor of Catiline. He said that it would finally bring Cicero peace if the city were to be free of the presence of Catiline and his co-conspirators.
In one of the high points of the speech, Cicero invoked the help of Jupiter, the god of justice and law and order, to help rid Rome of his conspirators.
Now let's go to an interview with Cicero's fellow consul, Hybrida.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm with C. Antonius Hybrida. Now, can you explain to me what the atmosphere was like in the Temple of Jupiter while Catiline was being attacked by Cicero?
Well, it was evident that Cicero was very passionate about what he was talking about, and that he was incredibly offended by the fact that somebody would go so far as to attempt to kill him and threaten the security of the Republic.
So what was the main reason behind the meeting being held in the Temple of Jupiter opposed to the Curia?
That's a great question. The Temple of Jupiter was a very sacred place. It represents Eutistia because Jupiter was the god of justice. Cicero also wanted a more fortified place to conduct the meeting because he was very worried about his personal safety and did not think that the Curia was safe enough.
I also would like to know if Cicero lived up to his reputation as one of Rome's most prominent orators.
Cicero did not disappoint. He was incredibly eloquent and was able to articulate his thoughts well. He used many types of rhetoric to emphasize his ideas. Even from the very first sentence, his use of rhetorical questions was evident. He was also able to emphasize his points by the use of repetition. Most importantly, though, his use of word pictures was very compelling.
Thank you. And how exactly did Catiline react to Cicero's speech?
It was quite apparent to everybody in the audience that Catiline was greatly affected by Cicero's powerful demonstration of language. He isolated himself from everybody, and it was evident that he had realized that his plan had failed.
As a consul, do you fear for your safety?
Well, it is a very scary time for Rome if Cicero is telling the truth, but we need to make sure that he's proof first.
Do you also support the death penalty that Cicero brought up?
Well, I haven't heard enough from both sides. I think I'll need a little more time to make an answer for that.
Is there anything else that you would like to tell me regarding Catiline's reaction or Cicero's rhetoric that we would like to know about?
Well, I do support my fellow consul, but until he shows enough evidence, I can't support him wholeheartedly.
Okay, so we got a pretty easy debate here. It should be one of our easier arguments, one of our quicker arguments here on our program here at RNC. I'll I'll start here. So we have a pretty simple argument. We got a side here, a friend's side here, with no evidence, no proof,
No evidence.
nothing. They got nothing. Now, I'm having a hard time figuring out how when we have innocent until proven, keyword there, proven guilty, you can make these assertions. So come at me.
Well,
What do
I'm
you
going
have
to
to say?
tell you right now. So, right now, I'm pretty certain that the Senate and the Roman Republic as a whole has been put in a kind of state of chaos. Because when you have a guy, the head of the Senate, the consul, who brings up these accusations against another member of the Senate, you know, you're kind of dividing Rome, you're dividing the Roman political system, and you have the senators who are like, you know, one's trying to side with Cicero, one's trying to side with Catiline. You have Catiline in the corner, he's moping in the corner because, you know, someone's accusing him that he's just trying to kill him. And you have Cicero who's making these orations, and he keeps on ranting and ranting about Catiline.
Yep.
And
This
as
is why I'm
annoying as
angry.
that gets,
This is
you
why
have
I'm
to put
angry.
yourself in Cicero's toga, boots, you know, whatever you want to say.
Sandals.
Right? Cicero is saying that Catiline has a past history of crime. You know, Catiline was known for being quite mischievous when he was younger, for having a history of debauchery.
So is
Um,
that just proof for any crime now?
No,
we can
it's
we can
not.
just say he did anything.
But let's just be honest here. You have to look at what Cicero is saying. Cicero is saying that Catiline's jealous of Cicero for winning, and because Cicero won, and he is now the power of the consul. Catiline's incredibly jealous because he invested all his money, his resources, his hopes,
Do you understand
his
what kind
time,
of, do you,
his time.
Do you understand what you're assuming here? You're just deciding the emotions of a man.
You know what?
What am I thinking right now then? What am I thinking about
He
if he's
invested
deciding?
his time into winning the consulship.
Yeah,
He's
that's-
lost.
He should be angry.
And now
He should be angry.
Cicero,
Does that mean he's gonna kill him?
well, actually,
He's gonna kill everybody he's angry at?
there's no need to make this up. There's no need to make this up. Why would he make this up?
He's emotionally unstable. Did you see what he was talking about? He could not be in a worse state of mind right now. This man is about to cry. Do you trust him to make logical, sensical arguments on the Senate
let me
floor?
explain to you one
It's
thing.
not a soap opera.
Let me explain to you one thing. Why would he go into the Temple of Saturn, have it fortified, have it defended, if he wasn't certain that
Because
Catiline
he's
might
an
kill him?
egotistical, maniacal, crazy man who's going to make these assumptions blindly with no evidence.
Now, if there was no evidence, I want you to explain to me why Catiline is in the corner moping like a little baby. Why is he not defending himself? Why is he not defending himself?
Because
he
everybody's
knows
acting so crazy
he's wrong.
to you and it
He
looks
knows
like there's
he's
not...
wrong.
You know what?
He knows he's
You know what?
wrong.
This is ending like all of our arguments and debates here on this program.
You know what?
As always, with no answer.
I can't tolerate this.
I hope you guys have enjoyed this because
This is ridiculous. All right here. This is ridiculous.
we'll see you after the break.
Paid consideration for RNC provided by
Do you want to learn how to speak efficiently, eloquently, and articulately? Do you want to learn how to use repetition, wordplay, and imagery to prove your points? Do you want to learn how to structure your thoughts into an effective speech? If you answered Itawero to any of those questions, then enroll in Cicero's Rhetoric and Oration Ludus, right next to the Forum. See you there.
Okay, so our next debate, it might be a little bit premature to talk about this, but I think it's important for us and our viewers. Cicero brought up the fact that the death penalty might be the right punishment for Catiline if he's found guilty. What are your thoughts on this? Are you really pro-death penalty?
You know, I really do think the death penalty would be a suitable punishment for Catiline and his conspirators because their actions have, you know, effectively thrown the entire republic, the entire nation, the entire empire into a period of chaos. And because of this,
Again, where's the chaos? Do you see chaos? I don't see chaos.
dude, I see the chaos everywhere.
I don't see chaos.
The Senate, the people, everyone's divided.
Could
You
you
got
be
one
more out
guy.
of touch with the Roman Republic?
I am the news. I'm representing the Roman Republic right here. I'm telling you right
How much
now.
do you make? How much do you make?
A couple denarii. What can I say, man?
You know what? Let's stay away from the personal attacks. Why are you death penalty? Why are you death penalty?
I think that these people deserve to die if they've tried to kill another member, a consul. Like, you know, if he was a slave or, you know, a prisoner of war, I don't really care, you know, if they try to kill him, whatever.
Of course,
But
they're slaves.
Exactly,
They're
slaves. they tried to kill a consul. Now, do you know how ridiculous that is? This guy, Cicero, has done so much for our people, for our nation, for our empire, for everyone. And I don't think...
He was just elected.
Yes.
He's been consul for how long?
For several days, actually.
A couple of months? What are you talking about? Okay, here's the fact. Here's the fact. If we say, okay, you can kill a man. Now, I don't know who's going to do the killing yet. It hasn't been decided. But if we do say that it's okay to kill a man, what precedent does this set?
Let's ask him.
You know what? Okay, look.
Take an axe.
This is premature. This is premature. We don't know the facts. We don't know what's happening. We don't know. We don't have evidence. We don't have what people think.
We're just speculating right here.
This is all speculation, but this is true what I'm about to say.
Right.
If you kill a man like this when you currently have no permission to do so, this sets a horrible precedent for any dissenter of any consul.
Well, I think that once you prove that this criminal,
which is not going to happen. Which is not going to happen.
Once you prove that he's guilty, I'm telling you that we deserve to kill him and his little buddies who think it's funny to go around and planning the death of other important people in our society.
You don't kill citizens. You don't kill citizens. We have a barbarian on the news. Congratulations, Rome. This is the man you want to represent.
Let's kill those guys.
We're done.
1 month later.
Alright, thanks guys. Right now, as you can see, I'm looking outside the window of one of the villas that is on near the river and the Mulvian bridge. What seemed to go on in the past couple of minutes was that a series of attacks were made on the conspirators and people loyal to Catiline. They were arrested, and it now seems that the villagers are starting to realize what's going on. I have a fellow man with me right here. Can you please tell us what your reaction was when you saw the people getting arrested on the Mulvian bridge?
It was crazy. A couple of days ago, a bunch of Cicero supporters just came over, and they were waiting for all the conspirators.
Anything else you'd like to tell us?
No, I don't even know. This is crazy.
Are you in a state of shock right now, sir?
I'm super shocked. This is insane.
All right, thanks very much.
Yeah.
All right, back to you guys.